Hey everyone, this is Dorky from Tempo Storm. Here's a video I've put together to cover what I think are 5 of the most important fundamentals you'll need to learn as Zenyatta. If you work on all of these, it will help you and your teammates climb those ranks. Number 1. Positioning. Because of his toolset, Zenyatta is a backline support, so having correct positioning is important for so many reasons. You'll usually want to be pretty far back behind your entire team. Why? Because Zenyatta can excel at most of his jobs from a distance. Being far back widens your view, meaning you can see more of your teammates who might need healing, more enemies who might need to have discord placed on them, and you'll have more angles in which to fire your orbs of destruction. Another bonus of being further back and seeing all these angles is that you will be safer and more aware of any potential flankers like Genji or Tracer, giving you more time to react and survive. While being at a distance is a big advantage, you also must be careful not to stray too far from your team. If a Tracer, Genji or Winston does manage to get past your team, you may end up too far away from them for them to come back and assist you. Being too distant can also mean you will not be able to reach your team in time to save them from incoming damage with your ultimate. Try to find the right balance of distance. Cover is another important aspect of positioning. On tighter points with less room, you'll want to find a spot behind your team with enough cover to protect yourself from incoming spam, and also enable you to hide and juke those annoying flankers while your teammates deal with them. Mere seconds can make a difference between dying and living. Number 2. Orb Management. Although Zenyatta can do some very serious damage, he's still a support hero and must be played like one if you wish to use him to his full potential. I see way too many Zenyatta players who get caught up in throwing out orbs of destruction, forgetting to place their Harmony or Discord orbs on people. You want to make sure you have close to 100% uptime on your Harmony and Discord orbs as possible, while remembering to cycle them between players who need them. Don't set it and forget it. Try to be as active as possible with your orbs. While learning to find the balance between DPSing and managing your orbs, it might be best to completely focus on the latter, and then slowly introduce more damage spam into your game as your orb managing begins to happen more naturally. Figuring out priority targets for your orbs is a learning process. While obviously people with more HP missing will usually be your Harmony target, it's not always that simple. Certain classes benefit slightly more from Zen's Harmony Orb than others, and certain enemy heroes will be better Discord targets for your team than others. For example, it can be more important to put your Harmony Orb on a DPS or flank player on full health who is about to go in with their ultimate than your Reinhardt who is on 80% HP with his shield up. The extra healing may just keep the DPS player alive long enough to make that crucial impact play. You can think about that the same way with Discord. It's usually better to Discord the enemy team's impactful fragging classes, like an ulting Genji rather than a raging Winston that's just jumping around absorbing damage. It can also be used to help your flanking classes quickly pick off those squishy support players. Another good way to pick Discord targets is to simply just aim it at whatever your teammates are shooting at or are intending to shoot at. It can also be used to give your team direction as to what target they should be shooting at. Discords and Harmony priorities will change with compositions and meta. Try figuring out what works best. Number 3. Ultimate Management. Zenyatta's ultimate ability is Transcendence. He becomes invincible and gives teammates around him massive healing for a short time. This ability is amazing and can be used in several ways. Defensively to counter and nullify enemy ultimates and damage. Offensively to break through chokes and get on top of the enemy team, and sometimes to save yourself and buy time for your team to get back to the objective. Using this ability to its fullest requires good timing, and also understanding of what damage ultimates it does and does not counter. High burst damage ultimates such as Tracer's Pulse Bomb, Junkrat's Riptire, Pharah's Rocket Barrage, a close range D.Va self-destruct, and a fully charged Deadeye will kill your teammates through the healing effect, especially if your team is confined within a Zarya Graviton Surge. With the amount of healing and damage Zenyatta is capable of, He can build his ultimate very quickly, so don't be afraid to use it to save your teammates. But it is best used reactively. For example, if Transcendence is ready and you know the Genji on the opposing team has or will have his ultimate soon, try to save it and use it in reaction to the Dragon Blade. With correct positioning, you can move from teammate to teammate and completely nullify Genji's ultimate.
You need heals, like, try coming towards me.
Burn the shield. You're getting healed. I'm gonna trans here. I'm transing Genji, get on me, get on me.
I back hold.
Reaper on you, on the left. This can be done in a similar way but offensively if comboed with your team's DPS ultimates, so they aren't vulnerable while using them. Timing is the hardest part of using Zenyatta's ultimate. Too early and you may not get much out of it and be left open to counter ultimates. Too late and you may risk a teammate dying before you get to use it. You'll usually want to use Transcendence with as many teammates alive as possible to maximize its effect. Number 4. Communication. As a backline support, you often have access to information that your teammates might not. The overall health of your team, the position of enemy heroes, the positioning of teammates, and things like that. So being vocal can help a lot. Try to always call which hero you have put your Discord orb on, so your team can make use of it and focus their fire on them. You can also tell your allies when they have Harmony Orb on them, so they are aware that they can be more aggressive during a fight. Another thing you should be very vocal about is your ultimate. When you do have it, when you don't have it, when you are close to having it, and how you want to use it. Getting Transcendence in a long drawn out fight and calling it to your teammates will let them know to fall back towards your position and group up so you can heal everyone instantly and overwhelm the other team. Sometimes as Zenyatta, one of your biggest struggles will be simply staying alive. You have low health and low mobility, so many people will make it their job to hunt you down and kill you one-on-one. Let your teammates know if there is constantly a Winston jumping on you, so they can be aware and turn around to help you when you need it. Communication is important in every team game, and it's something that can always be worked on. Number 5. Damage. Zenyatta has the highest damage output of all the supports right now. While Lucio and Mercy can survive against attackers using their mobility, and Ana by crowd control, Zen can just straight up win a fight versus them with a few well-aimed orbs of destruction. Once you are happy with your usage of Harmony and Discord, you can really start to focus on your damage. Most of it will come from spamming from a distance to help your team fight, but there are a few other ways to utilize his damage. Reinhardt's shield is a very easy target for your orbs. You can really help your tanks and DPS out by spamming your orbs into it as much as possible, so the enemy tank's shield dies before yours. Other supports cannot do this without it reducing their healing outputs, besides for Lucio, who just doesn't do as much damage as you. These orbs also add to the amount of spam your team has, denying areas or chokes from the other team, which makes it harder for them to make ground. This suppressive fire can be very helpful, but be careful not to overdo it. Mindlessly spamming at enemy tanks from a distance may just help enemy supports build their ultimates faster. Zenyatta also has a powerful alternate fire ability, where he can hold right click to charge and unleash up to 5 orbs at once. This is handy when you can anticipate an enemy coming around a corner, especially when you know they are coming due to being tagged with your Discord orb. You can kill many heroes instantly this way. This can also be used in combination with other heroes' crowd control abilities. Charge to one-shot someone who has been slept by Ana's dart, or shoot it into a friendly Zarya black hole. And that's it. Thanks for watching my first video, everyone. Let me know if there are any videos you'd like to see me do in the future, and remember to keep working on these 5 important keys to success with Zenyatta.